Okay, I'm just going to spend the next 5 or so minutes running through our UN Sustainable Development Goal dashboard, a dashboard that could be used by a business, a sustainability manager to report on what's going on across the organization. You can see here there's three tabs: dashboard, activities, and projects. So we're going to look at the dashboard first as I scroll down, and then we'll also go through the other tabs. This could be a public URL, it could be private, and this is our demo account, the Apple demo account. So if I just scroll down, you'll see here, this is the four goals that this organization is focused on: 1, 5, 10, and 13. They're also a partner of Support the Goals, so they've obtained their badge for doing a certain amount in line with the SDGs and being able to gain that accreditation. On the left here, you just see a bit of information about the organization, their social media channels. And if I scroll down and we just look at some of the breakdown of data, so this is an example. This data could be any data really that is aligned to the CSR or sustainability plan of the organization. In this case, they have projects around providing blankets to the homeless, and we can see how many of those blankets have been provided over time. Also, money that's raised for the homeless. So it's looking at data over a period of time. This is historical data taken from a number of systems, whether it's spreadsheets, other BI systems, and also data that's coming from Task, which is the kind of real-time dynamic data, which we'll look at in a minute, which comes from the team engagement element. There's also some training and awareness happening, so career advice to underprivileged children, raising awareness for neurodiversity. This is stuff that's definitely tracked on the Task app, which we'll look at. And then we're looking at, well, what does it mean in terms of employee engagement? And this is a statistical view of how the engagement with the employee base has improved the way the organization is aligning to the SDGs and the impact that they're having. And you can see that growth over time, both in terms of numbers and percentages. The carbon footprint, so just looking at the carbon footprint across the organization. This could be presented differently. You might do it by location, by team, however it makes sense from a reporting standpoint internally. And then some diversity and inclusion figures, again, that may exist in other systems, but this is really a snapshot dashboard that shows holistically what's happening. So that is an example of what a dashboard might look like. We'll just scroll back up. Now, there's a couple of other areas here. The activities are related to the task data, and in a minute we'll jump onto the app and show the employee engagement level of what's happening here. So here we can see activities that link to data on that dashboard. We can see here, plant a tree is something that's being encouraged in line with the environmental programs. There's also, as we know, providing blankets to the homeless. So you can see I've got different user profiles and activities. There's a charity dinner. If we just click on one, here you can see, okay, raising money for homeless shelters. There's some information on that event, and I can click down to, in this case, me, the actual user. These are what we like to call our hero pages. So I'm now looking at a hero page for a task user, and I can see the activities for this user, myself in this case. Now what I'm going to do is we'll just jump into the project very quickly. This is the task project, and this is how we're collecting the sustainability and CSR data that is adding to the dashboard. So again, this you can see is now a project timeline, and we can see this same activity data. This could be shared out socially, on particular social media channels, Facebook groups, whatever made sense. And there's different activities here that are supporting the different programs and gathered through the employee engagement angle. So that's the dashboard and that's the project. Now let's take a look at the app and how you engage the employees in this whole process. Okay, great. So now I'm an employee. I've got my smartphone in my hand. I'm working in one of the regional offices, and I'm going to go into the Task app, and we'll just go and find, here's the project we looked at. So if I was already on the app and I got an invitation, I would find myself inside this project at this place, the project overview. You can see there's some information about the project, which SDGs are we following. These could be also different projects. You could set up one project purely around the environmental data. You could set up, one around the kind of social data. Just depends. In this demo case, we put everything into the one project. So there's some details on the project. There's a video. This could be personalized to engage the team that's being invited in. You can also create educational projects, so you could push out the sustainability report as part of the project and invite people in to learn about it. In this case, we're just showing some real simple stuff that adds to that dashboard. So we continue and go through. I can now see, here are my categories of tasks against. In this case, we've put in 3 SDGs. So if we let's look at no poverty, providing blankets to the homeless. We just see here's some information on this task. What was the name of the charity you work with? We'll just say it was um, homeless help NGO. We'll say 4. Hopefully I've got a picture of 4, and it's asking me to just upload some images, and yeah, I think I've got a picture there of 4 blankets. So great, I've completed my task, and that's going to send data through, and I've earned 1 point, which we'll look at in a minute. So great, my task is done, and if I just go to the timeline, should just see that come through, and you can see this is some information around that task. Now, this could have been auto shared to social media. As I said, it would have ended up on the project page that we just saw, and it will also end up on inside the dashboard in terms of statistics against that SDG. So I can also like it. I can comment, if I'm someone else looking at someone else's activity here, and I can share if I've been given permission to share on my own social media channels. A couple of other things here. We can see there's a team area, small team. This is a demo project, but if you had a large organization, you would have the whole team in here, or you might have the office team. Depends how you set the projects up geographically or across business units, etc. And you can message these team members, speak to them, and impact. There's not going to be much here, but we can see, tasks over time, impact by location. In this case, I'm in Thailand, I'm doing the tasks. So that's that. And then very quickly, we'll look at the wallet. Now, I've got a few different points tokens in here, but ultimately, as an organization, you would have one. You would brand it as your own token. If we just look at, let's look at our tribe tokens. So as you earn them, in this case, these are examples of what an employee might be able to redeem. So Patagonia vouchers, Tom Shoes voucher. This can be whatever makes sense. You might have, for example, a sustainability sticker after someone reaches a number of points around environmental activities, planting trees or whatever it might be. You might decide to donate on behalf of the employee to other organizations. And that's pretty much it in terms of this project and showing the SDG dashboard.